Welcome back to the channel, guys. Let's go through some updates from the past week. So, this week, since the last video, what has happened? Well, I've had a few molts since the time lapses. That video was really well received and I'm really happy because I think it was one of my better videos that I've managed to edit. Some of the footage in there is absolutely awesome, if I say so myself, and I was so excited to actually put it all together as a compilation. I was actually smiling while I was editing the whole thing. I'm so glad that so many people liked it and gave some good comments and some good feedback on it, so thank you so much. Since that video came out, we had a live, and I must say, absolutely blown away by what happened on that live. As some of you may know now, I do have memberships on the channel, and I haven't announced it because I don't see that it's something I really want to sort of push and feel like I'm asking and begging for support in that way. But overwhelmingly felt like I had so much love passed my way with the people who did actually become members once they found out they were there. So I had some amazing comments on the live, and I just appreciate every single one of you so much. After that video aired, I had my Brachypelma klaasi molt. The rosea that molted in the time lapse the second time was on the Monday. On the Tuesday night, after editing and putting the video together, my klaasi went through a molt, and a similar time frame with waiting just over a year for both of those to do that. So I was absolutely over the moon with that. The klaasi molted upright, which is a bit odd, but I was watching it very carefully and everything seems to have gone okay. Hasn't eaten yet, but I haven't tried. The next day, on the Wednesday, our versicolor managed to molt and on the door, and has finally got their adult colours. And I still haven't managed to sex it because every single molt between the front two book lungs, they have chewed a circular hole straight out. They're trying to keep their identity a secret. Rather annoying. So that was from a mystery box from Portsmouth Tarantulas back in 2022 as a tiny little sling. So to now get it to its adult colours, I'm just so overjoyed. A stunning species, beautiful spider, very calm, amazing pet. So anyway, on Sunday, just gone, the 30th of July, what happened? We went to the Bristol show over at Thornbury Leisure Centre, the Western Invert Show. I was helping out Natalie of, let's get that up nice and straight for everyone, Time Voyager Taxidermy. Natalie is an awesome friend, and she asked me if I'd help out or mind helping her out at the show. I said of course I wouldn't, and she didn't need my help. She absolutely smashed it out of the ballpark. She did so well. Her stall looked amazing, her stock looked amazing, all of her pinning items looked amazing. She did really well. She had a really good day, and I'm so pleased for her that it went so well. For helping her out for the day, I did tell her she didn't need to do anything for me, but she gave me this amazing scorpion that was actually a gift of a scorpion from Jeremy, of Jeremy's Wild World, and she's put it on this piece of cork bark and it looks absolutely awesome on there. So that's going up next to my mantis on the display shelf at the top. So thank you so much for that, Natalie. I won't go through all the names of everyone that was there because obviously the list is as long as most people's arms. There was just a really good day. The people I will mention are the people I've met for the first time at the show. So everyone else that I've met before, it was awesome to meet you again. You know who you are. All the people that I spend my days with chatting to online and chatting to when I physically meet you, and the people that we were around on the stalls and stuff, you know, you guys are loved with all my heart. People that I met for the first time, it was quite awesome actually. We had Ling, one of my friends, who I've never actually physically met. It was really beautiful to catch up with her. And her friend that she brought along for the weekend. Sean, I met for the first time. Sean Spoot. Honestly, that guy, to meet him finally after so many chats, so many videos and all that, he's just such a great guy. Please go and show him some love on his channel. Go and give him some subscribers. Go and give him some support. The guy has a tremendous channel and some amazing looking spiders. He absolutely cares for them so much. He's just a really nice guy, really down to earth. So it was great to meet him for the first time. Who else did I meet for the first time? We met Kyle for the first time. To meet Kyle was just brilliant. Kyle, again, please go and give his channel some love. I will put their links down below in the description. They're always in there. I'll move them nearer the top for this one. Kyle, it was really brilliant to meet you as well, dude. So thank you so much for coming over and saying hello. Alice from Alzark, spoke to her lots, met her on live, but I haven't actually physically said hello to her, so it was really cool to catch up with her at this show. She made a long trip down. Tronds came over from Norway, and it was amazing to meet you, dude. Honestly, you give every channel so much love and support, and to see you having such an excellent day at your first ever show and choosing the Bristol one to come over to, it was brilliant to see you, dude. So yeah, thanks a lot. And the last one who I met for the first time, I believe today, on Sunday, was Jay, Spider King. We gave him a lift. We picked him up down in sort of like southwest London way and drove him over to the show with us. And it was just brilliant chatting to you in the car and at the show and on the way back. So thank you so much for coming along and making the journey really fun. It was cool. It was really cool. I think that is everybody that I met for the first time. If I've forgotten anyone, I am so sorry. My brain is not as it used to be. I've worked all day Monday and all day today. It's now Tuesday, 12-hour shifts, solo. I need a break. Anyway, what did I pick up from the show? Well, first of all, I didn't buy a single spider. Those doubters that said I couldn't do it and not put my hand in my pocket to buy a single spider, I proved you all wrong. I did not buy a single spider. And there's a reason for that, which we'll get to in a minute. First of all, let's have a look at the dry stock. I picked up 2 of the arboreal keepers because I needed them desperately. They're not bad show price either, but I picked up 2 of these. We've got some spiders to go in those. I also picked up 1 of the 15 by 15 by 20 Spider Shop lift door arboreal enclosure because I've got a spider that obviously needs to go in that. I haven't built them yet, but I'll show you one that is built. We have the Mantis Den 10 by 10 by 15s. I've got 3 of those I picked up as well. We picked up the obligatory cork bark bag because I need lots of thin pieces of cork to go in the arboreal enclosures that we've got. And I picked up some pipettes. And I think finally I picked up some isopod food, which was from Rebel Regis, which is the bat guana and papaya, mushroom and stuff like that, mixed foods, just from them to try out. I wanted to see what they're like, so I got some for the Cubaris dishes. The last thing I think we picked up regarding dry stock were these. These aren't going to focus very well, but these awesome skulls, resin skulls. I got 5 of them that I pre-ordered from Leah at E&L Bindings. They glow, some of them glow in the dark, and they're really cool. Okay, so moving on, let's get to the live animals. So I did not buy a spider. Connor and Caitlin, between them, got Caitlin a new enclosure from Custom Aquaria. Matthew said send them over to him and he would sort them out. It's really cool to catch up with Matthew again. And they put in that enclosure a Heterometrus longimanus. I will try and get some footage of it to put over this while I'm talking, but they picked up for Caitlin's first scorpion that is going to happily live here with us. I said that's absolutely fine. This longimanus scorpioning from Tim. Tim looked after them, told them what they needed, explained all the stuff about scorpions to them both, and Caitlin came away with this longimanus, and I must say it's actually a really beautiful little scorpion. So thank you, Tim, for that. What did I get? Well, I got gifted. We'll start with the largest one first. So I got gifted a Grammostola haringi, or iringi, from the wonderful subscribers Kale and Andre. Those guys have been supporters of my channel since the year dot, basically, when I first started doing spider content. I don't know how they found me, but they did. They hunted me down at one of the first shows I went to say hello, and those guys have been brilliant ever since. They're just awesome people, really nice people. So thank you so much for the Iringi. Hopefully I can put some footage on here while I'm talking and you'll be able to see what the Iringi looks like, but it's been rehoused. It's absolutely stunning. And then we get onto the slings. So I won't get them down because they're on a shelf, they're all settling down. I need them just to give a few days to just get their bearings and stuff. But I picked up from Leah 6 Salmon PS Cambridgei. Those Cambridgei are the ones that I sent my male off to, that she pinned, and I mentioned in a previous video. The egg sac from that was successful, and she had babies, so she gifted me 6 of the babies. So I'll probably be keeping all those for now, growing them on. I may do a giveaway for a couple of them sort of later on in the year, but I'll get them to a good size first. And then on Jackie's live from a while ago, I won the curly hairs from Chris, 5 curly hairs from Chris's on Wheels that he donated to Jackie, so I collected those there as well. So that was 5 curly hairs on top of the 4 I've got, giving us a total of 9. I was then gifted 3 curly hairs from someone else, another subscriber, who said I might as well take them as I had another 5 sitting there. So that took our total up to 12. I then have gifted to me from Lewis another curly hair from his egg sac. So that took our total of curlies up to 13. Some of those will be gifted out in the near future, but again I'm going to grow them on from their sling size to a slightly larger size so that people don't have to worry about taking them through the really fragile sling stage and dealing with all the silly little feeders and stuff. So once they're out of sling vials, then we'll look at seeing what we're going to do with them, because there's no way I can keep 13 curly hairs. Even though I would, because they're amazing species, we're not going to, because that would just be silly. And lastly, the last spider that I was generously donated was a small darlingi, Ceratogyrus darlingi, which looks in the sling vial like an absolute maniac of a sling. It is super fast and super skittish, but that's why we're giving them a few days to settle in over in the corner. But thank you so much, Lewis, for the darlingi as well. And that was all the spiders. One thing that did happen was on the Friday, I was sworn to secrecy, but Osman came over, OC Tarantulas, another really good friend. He came over from the Netherlands, but he came through France, and he came and stayed at a hotel near me, and we had a day at the bug hut on Friday. And we went out and he picked up some spiders despite having the show on Sunday, because these spiders have been on his wish list for a while. I won't go into the details of all the spiders because if he wants to shove them on his Instagram, it's not fair for me to sort of just go through all the things that he's purchased. But let's just say on Friday morning I had spider mail on behalf of Osman that was coming for him, and those have been rehoused, and then the items from the bug hut that he picked up, those have been put into appropriate housing, and then the show spiders that he purchased, those have also been put into appropriate housing where needed. I will say that he got a GBB female juvie that I've rehoused for him, so that the reason I've got them is because he can't take them back through France, so I've got them until he finds an alternative route back here in the next couple of months. I think I'm going to have them for about 3 months. So that's cool, it's absolutely fine. Osman's shelf, and I'm more than happy to look after a friend's spiders for him. So glad you had a good, safe journey back home, and it was really awesome to catch up with you again, dude. The last thing that I was gifted, which I almost forgot about, was Steve W. He generously gifted me some new blood for our Pachnoda beetles, the sun beetles. So I had about 3 or 4 cocoons and about 9 beetles. They have all been put into our communal setup. So hopefully we'll get a little bit of blood in there, get the cocoons hatched, get some new beetles out, and hopefully start this thing into producing many, many babies in the near future. And that is it. That is all we had. The show was amazing. They always are. And I really enjoyed it. And thank you so much for showing us the support, love, coming up and saying hello to me at the show, all the comments on the last video. You guys are amazing. There's no live this week. There normally is, but there's no live this week. That's why we're doing the video, because I'm working. We will be doing the live next week. So if you are around, there will be another video next week and a live. I think we're going to do Pictionary. I'm not sure yet. I haven't decided, but it's probably going to be Pictionary. So if you did enjoy the video, please give it a thumbs up. Please consider subscribing if you're not. And leave a comment. Let us know if you went to Bristol. Did you enjoy it? What did you pick up? Yeah, just general thoughts, questions, whatever. You know, nice and chilled. Anyway, I'll catch up with you guys next week. Cheers.